The Bible is God's true word. God is the one and only true God. He is the Most High God. This story comes from the book of Daniel, chapter 5, the writing on the wall. The Most High God rules the kingdom of earth and heaven and governs all the affairs of man. King Belshazzar, the son of King Nebuchadnezzar, was giving a great banquet. He had all his finest out to display his riches. All his wives and his concubines were there. He was trying to impress his guests with luxury and opulence. As boredom began to creep into King Belshazzar's beautiful, lavish banquet, a terrible thing happened. King Belshazzar called his servants in and commanded them to bring the temple gold, the gold that his very father had stolen from the temple of God. The principle is true wisdom has fear of the Lord. Belshazzar commanded his servants to bring him the gold and the silver goblets stolen from the Lord's temple. He brought them to the table, and the men and the women and the guests and all their wives and concubines began to drink wine from these beautiful goblets, these sacred vessels. Not only were they blaspheming the Most High God, but they were praising pagan gods in the silver and the gold, gods of silver and gold and iron and wood. There seemed to be no limit to the sin in the room that night when suddenly, a hand appeared. It began to write a cryptic message on the wall of the banquet hall. The king saw the hand. He was so frightened his face went ashen. He froze with fear. He was shaking all over, and his hips and his legs gave way. Naturally, the party came to a screeching halt. Everyone in the room was panicked. They were shouting, "What does this mean? What does it mean?" Belshazzar screamed for his wise men, "Bring me the wise men, the astrologers, anyone of wisdom. Someone needs to tell me what this means." He needed to know what the message meant. "Bring the wise men and promise them that I will give them a purple robe of royalty and a gold chain for around their neck. I will make them the third highest ranking man in my kingdom." This was a tempting offer, but no one could read the message. The queen realized how troubled Belshazzar was over the writing on the wall. She boldly went to him and bowed down before him. "O king, live forever. Please do not be bothered. Don't let this change the mood of the party. There is someone who can help you. He helped your father interpret his dreams. Your father made him the chief magician. O King Belshazzar, call for the man called Daniel. He is known for having great wisdom. He can interpret dreams and solve riddles and mysteries. Let Daniel come before you, and he will explain what this means." King Belshazzar welcomed Daniel. "So, you are the one who helped my father. I've heard of you. You have the Spirit of the Most High God with you." Daniel answered, "Yes, I am he." "Do this for me, Daniel, and I will give you a purple robe and a gold chain for your neck and a high position in my kingdom." "Oh, king, keep your gifts for someone else. I'm not interested in power or position, but I will read the writing on the wall for you. You do know what the Most High God did to your father because he would not give honor and praise to him. He was made to live alone like a beast, and he ate grass. The Most High God is in control of all things and all people. He does what he pleases. Your father grew proud and arrogant, and for that his kingdom was taken from him and he was driven out. The Most High God appoints and rules the kings, and he can also make them do whatever he wishes. You are Nebuchadnezzar's son, and you have not humbled yourself before the Lord Most High. Instead, you've lifted yourself up against the Most High God. You have misused the sacred vessels of the Lord's temple. You have worshipped pagan gods. Mene, Tekel, Perez. The Most High God has numbered your kingdom and finished it. You have been weighed, and in the balance you have been found wanting. And therefore, your kingdom has been divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. The principle is sin's consequence is death. Belshazzar recognized that Daniel was telling the truth. He sensed the Spirit of the Lord in him. He put a royal robe on his back and a gold chain around his neck. The king gave him a high position. And that very night King Belshazzar was brutally murdered, and Darius the Mede became a ruler. He became the ruler of the new kingdom, the kingdom of silver, just as Daniel had foretold in earlier years. God's plans cannot be thwarted. When man serves God or not, if he believes in God, whether he reveres him or not, the Most High God rules over heaven and earth and the affairs of man. He, the Most High God, rules over all.